Hi, I'm John Smatlak. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Rails here at the Orange Empire Railway Museum. We're here at Pacific Electric Weekend at the museum. That's why I have my PE shirt on. We're going to be looking at PE 1299. This is a deluxe business car that came to the Pacific Electric in 1929. It was originally built for the SP Electric operation up in Portland, Oregon, and the Pacific Electric brought a whole group of those cars down in 1929, and this one they converted into a deluxe business car. It was also used in parlor car service, so it's very unusual, and you're going to enjoy taking a look at the inside. One of the interesting things about the 1299 is it's got white wall tires. Very unusual for an interurban car, but the white wall tires went with its deluxe business car status. Also, if you take a look here at the center of the car, you'll see these beautiful oval-shaped windows. It's kind of unusual for a car, but not unusual for a business car. The one on the left has got the original leaded glass in it. The one on the right has been temporarily replaced with a piece of plexiglass. Notice also that the window sash are made out of brass. This car was saved by Walter Abenseth. He and a business partner purchased this car from the PE in 1958, and they brought it not here to the museum originally, but to the Pomona Fairgrounds. The Railway and Locomotive Historical Society has an extensive railroad exhibit at the fairgrounds, and this car was there until 1998. From 1958 until 98, it was on display at the fairgrounds and open during the fair. Walter would come out and host the car, and he also took care of it over the years. He painted it, he kept it in good condition. The reason that's a piece of plexiglass is that it did suffer from some vandalism at the fairgrounds, and so Walter took to replacing the original windows with plexiglass because he got tired of replacing the glass. Happily for us, the original leaded glass window is inside the car, and we're going to put it back inside. Speaking of the inside, why don't we take a look inside the car? One of the interesting things about the inside of 1299, it's got a screen door here. You could keep this open in the summertime, let the breeze blow through the car, but not the bugs. Also, the motorman in the 1299 had his control position here in the middle, and this is the motorman's controller and the motorman's brake valve. They're located at the middle door, and the reason that they did that was so it wouldn't block the view for the passengers of the big the big side windows here. In addition to the big wide windows for the passengers to be able to see out down the track, this car is complete with the ultimate railfan seat. It's got an ammeter, a speedometer, the DC voltage, and then the air brake gauges, just like the motorman has up front. So the passengers could keep an eye on how fast the car was going, how many amps it was drawing. Again, very unusual. You would not see this in a normal passenger car. The carpet that we're walking on here is completely original. This is a standard Pullman type carpet, and again, we're very fortunate that this car is so complete on the inside. The seats that we see are also the original seats from the car. We're faced with an interesting curatorial challenge about what to do with the seats. We are probably going to have to reupholster them. They are the original leather, and as you can see, the leather's getting pretty worn down here on some of them. But what's so interesting is how original they are. If we take out one of the seats and we look on the bottom, take a look at this tag. This is the tag from the furniture company, dated 1929, customer name Pacific Electric Railway Company, Torrance, California. That was their main shops. And it describes the seat all over in leather per sample, legs to be 1 inch longer than such and such sample, describes how the bottom, and here's my favorite part, make extra well and sturdy for railroad car use. Still in there after all these years. So what we might do is save the best condition one, not reupholster it, sort of put it in a glass case, and the others we'll probably have to reupholster because we'd like to be able to sit down in the seats without ruining the leather or our pants. The ceiling's got these nice Pullman light fixtures up there. The original window shades are still in the car. There were two compartments. They're a mirror image of each other, and at the middle of the car we have this bulkhead with the big couch seat and then a table with the PE system map. And then as we walk through here, there's a kitchen area, and it wasn't a full kitchen, but it was enough to be able to serve passengers with something to eat. As they left 6th and Main in downtown Los Angeles, they could put food in here, and then they could serve it to the passengers. There's an oven, there's an ice box. It still has the original coffee percolators, the original cutting board. It still has, this is the tray that the waiter took the glasses around with. Here are the original glasses. Here's the original watercraft. These are all original parts that came with this car. They never left it. It's been kept totally intact the entire time. Take a look at this. Here is the original Pacific Electric Railway Company broom still on the car. Also, I always admired the lighting complement inside this very small kitchenette we're in. Take a look at these 5 bulbs here. I often wondered if somebody didn't complain about it wasn't bright enough inside the kitchenette, and the shop guy said, well, we'll fix that. Come on out here, we'll take a look. It's got a water cooler so you can take drinks. These cups that are in the cup dispenser have been in there since the car was in service, last in service in the 1950s. It's got a toilet compartment here. We've got some stuff stored in here at the moment, but again, it's original notice linoleum on the floor in the restroom compartment. Also in the restroom compartment, we've got original tables that are stored in their own little rack there, and also those wooden chairs are original to the car. The tables you could put in the main compartment so people could play cards. This compartment here is a mirror image of the one at the other end of the car. We've got the same bulkhead, the same big couch seat, the table. Yeah, here at the table, we took the original PE map out and put it in the archives, and we replaced it with a group of pictures of the PE 1299 in service. There's a picture here of Walter Abenseth, the gentleman who saved the car. This is on a 1958 fan trip that was conducted by the Bay Area Electric Railroad Association, and there's Walter there. In 1958 on board this car. This shirt that he has on in this picture, he wore this when we rededicated the car for service a couple of years ago. He still had that same shirt. Walter passed away a couple of years ago, unfortunately, but he was able to live long enough to see this car placed back in service here at the museum. The 1299 was also used for PE's Commodore Limited parlor car service between Los Angeles and Balboa from 1942 until 1948. This deluxe extra fare service was used by numerous prominent Los Angeles businessmen who had summer homes in Balboa, among them PE President Oscar Smith. So for an extra quarter, you could ride with the company president right here in the 1299. And the condition of the interior, as you'll notice, is in pretty darn good shape. The car did get some water damage underneath the windows when the car was at the fairgrounds in Pomona, and it suffered some vandalism where the windows were broken out, and so the wainscoting in the car will need to be restored. This woodwork underneath the windows, as you can see, has delaminated, and we'll be needing to replace that. But the happy part of it is that the furniture is in good shape. All the little parts for the car are here, and the ceiling itself also, ceilings are a lot more difficult to work on because they're curved. The ceiling is in excellent shape because Walter took very good care to paint the roof all the time and kept any leaks from happening in the ceiling. Thanks for joining us today on board the 1299. One last thing before we leave, I want to show you this. This is a speaking tube. I'm not going to bend this rubber tube because it's pretty old and fragile, but it's a speaking tube, and you'd talk into this so that the motorman could talk to the conductor at the other platform without having to go through the car and disturb the guest. Now, that's what I said earlier. This car's got all the modern conveniences. Anyway, thanks for joining us today on board the 1299. We're going to go enjoy some more of the Pacific Electric weekend here at the Railway Museum. We'll look forward to seeing you again here at Behind the Rails at the Orange Empire Railway Museum.
Plop, plop, plop went the wheels. Stop, stop, stop went my heartstrings. As he started to leave, I took hold of his sleeve with my hand. And as if it were planned, he stayed on with me, and it was grand.